Hi guys, it's another week again. Let's start this video. Hi guys, today this will be quite an advice inspirational video. I thought I'd be quite, on the advice thing today instead of all challenges and everything, but I will keep doing them. Basically this video is 10 things that happened in clubs but didn't happen in nightclubs. If you go to a nightclub and you're 18 or you're over, because you live in England, or 21 if you're in America, I'm just going to give you 10 things that I've experienced when I've gone to nightclubs and what my situation would be. And at the end you can tell me, if you want to, how you would have revolved 10 things listed on my phone. This is what I've experienced, other people have experienced, and I've seen some bits on the internet of people who've experienced. So this is just my point of preference. I'm just going to give you my advice on how to resolve the situation or how to completely ignore the situation, which I've done in the past. Drunk guys coming up to you. Now, ladies, if this has happened to you before, this has happened to me quite a few times before. Guys come up to you and you try and avoid them because their breath stinks. It's not very nice, is it? And what I would normally do is, because they will walk you like this, and they can't talk properly and they're trying to dance with you and you're trying to avoid the situation, my advice would be just to walk away. Just say, no, I don't want to dance or whatever. I need to go and see my friend. My best one is, I've got a phone call coming, I need to go and see my friend and find her, or I need to go to the bathroom, or I need to go outside and have some fresh air. Those are my 4 things I've done if somebody's ever come up to me and I don't want to talk to them, or if they're too drunk. That is not my favourite thing, because obviously, it's not your favourite. Don't get me wrong, I do like going to nightclubs, but it's just, they're not the greatest things if you've got people drunk. Okay, number 2. People bumping into you. Now, this is a pet hate of mine. I hate it so much. You go on the dance floor, you're dancing like this, I don't dance like that, but it's just a, preparation. And you get people, you're dancing, and they go like this. Like they're walking into a war zone or something, and it's really irritating, And I find it so annoying. I mean, you can just go the long way around and find a route where there's hardly any people, not squish through right from the middle. I do completely understand if it means to get to your friend, that's understandable. You go, excuse me, I'm fine with that. If you start pushing into me, it's not very nice, and you're getting pushed into, it's like, come on, seriously, when you got 10 people pushing past you, and when they're drunk as well, it's not very nice because they give you evils, and you're just like, oh, okay, you just ignore the situation, and if they bump past you, just let it go, or just excuse yourself from the situation. Get out of the dance floor if you don't feel comfortable with it, because sometimes I don't feel comfortable and then I get really worried, and then I'll come back in once I feel comfortable again. Okay, number 3. This is not so bad because it hasn't happened to me a lot, but it's happened to most of my friends. When you're wearing a nice outfit you've just bought the week and some brand new shoes you bought, which did happen to me before, and a guy comes up to you and he's got, a pint of beer in his hand, and comes on the dance floor, which in some clubs you're not allowed glass on the dance floor, which I think is a great rule. It's plastic cups, but the thing is, they're holding, or a woman or a guy holding a beer or glass of wine, and they go whoops, and then they spill it all over you. So, red wine, beer, what else? Jägermeisters, Jaeger bombs, all those sort of things. They're not great, take on the dance floor. I personally, when I'm having a drink, I'll go and stand at the side or have a seat and chat to my mates before I go on the dance floor, because I don't particularly want to be holding a drink, me dancing, and then somebody pushes me and then I get blamed for it. And then I get really annoyed when that stuff goes on me, because my shoes got absolutely, I was wearing white shoes. It was a big mistake. I shouldn't be wearing white shoes in a club, but that's not the point. My shoes got absolutely wrecked. I wear them now because I've got them, you know. Just don't spill your drinks. If that does happen to you, and you know it's going to happen, because you know if there's somebody beside you or like behind you, or they're in a group and they're holding their drinks, I'd step away from the situation so you don't get your outfit ruined. Because if you've just paid for a £60 outfit and your shoes cost £40, around that price, and basically it's gone down the drain, because red wine doesn't come off clothes that easily. If you're wearing a nice white dress and, you know, nice white shoes, it ain't gonna come out pretty. Okay, what one are we on? Number 4. Oh, this is a horrible one. Right, you know when you get so song requests coming out. We're doing all you know, song requests. We're doing all song requests. Come and pick your song, and we'll put it on. Blah blah blah. Yeah, I do that. And my friend, one of my closest friends, we go to night. Sometimes I don't understand what she's saying because it's so loud in there. So I'll either write it down. The DJ asks me to write it down, or I'll say it to him. And go to the bathroom. I'll write it, and it's been about, I don't know, about 20 minutes, half an hour, and then my friend goes, oh, the song hasn't been played yet. I was like, oh right, okay, I'll go up there again. This is like this, I get to like the 3rd time now and be like, are you play, because what we normally do is we leave at 2:30, that's when we get our taxi. I'll be like, are you going to play the song before 2:30? Because I get really frustrated, because I know DJs get a lot of requests, but the thing is, if you're going to play it, you're going to play it. It's got a whole, like, what I like with DJs, write it down, and then it's right there. Then you can just put it on. It does frustrate me a bit. It's like, you know, come on man. Put the song on. It's understandable if they're not doing a request and you just don't go up to them. But just tell me what you would do in that situation if they weren't putting the songs on. I mean, I would just ignore it, and I would try and get the song on. If not, I would just tell my friend that they can't put the song on, or they haven't got it. If they haven't got it, I'll tell her. But no, that's what I would do. Number 5. Now this is like a variation of number 1. It's probably exactly the same thing. Basically, what's happened to me is I try to, if a drunk guy comes up to me and wants to dance with me and wants to talk to me, and he's got a really faggy breath or a beer breath, and he's really drunk and he wants to dance with me, and what I try and do, because I'm drunk at the time, I shouldn't really do this, but I start shouting and get out of my face, blah 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 blah. Not going to mention any other words than that. But what I should do, and take my own advice, is that no thank you, don't want to dance. But before you get one of your friends and be like, can you try and get this guy away from me, or blah blah blah. You try and get one of your mates to do something, or you just back yourself away from the situation and be like, sorry, excuse me, I have to go and see my friend. If they're one of those drunks, be like, oh yeah, okay. But if they're one of those aggressive drunks, they try and grab you, just try and avoid yourself in the situation. Or if that's not working and they keep following you, I would tell the security guard who is at the door, be like, this guy is following me and he keeps touching me, can you try and get him away from me, please? That's what I would try and do. You never try and shout at a drunk person, because they'll shout back and you probably end up getting beaten and bruised, which I don't want to. Well, number 6. People standing in doorways and stairways. This is my hatred one. Don't like it. I mean, yes, understandable. You're going into a queue for a nightclub, you're going to pay, you give them your ID to show them how old you are, blah, 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 just prove it. Go in, and people stand by the doorway. I mean, they stand in the doorway, all like stairways. You know, when there's like, on like some of the nightclubs I go into, there's like a smoking area bit, and then you walk up the stairs and there's a nightclub. People tend to just stand in the middle of the stairway. Nobody can get past because you have to go up the stairs or down the stairs. And people just, you know, it's ridiculous. I find it absolutely absurd why they stand by the stairway. Be honest, yeah, if they're waiting for a friend, that's absolutely fine. You excuse yourself out of the way into the corner of the stairway, not stand right in the middle of the stairs so nobody can get past you. And you're like, well, why, blah, blah, blah. Well, I'll be like, I don't know what I do. To be honest, I try and go around them. I'll be like, oh, excuse me, can you not stand in the middle of the stairway or the doorway because you're blocking the path? How's anybody supposed to get past you? But if they're really drunk, I wouldn't want to talk to them because they're probably, try and beat me up or something, which I don't want. But no, I'll try and tell them, in a nice possible way, excuse me, can you move out the way so we can get past because we won't be able to get past. Or I would just try and go past them. But if there's a big group of them, it's pretty hard to get past. Be like, excuse me, can you move out the way please so I can get past? Or you just like to be polite. That's the whole queuing thing, because British people invented the queue. And I'm going crazy. Number 7. Now, it doesn't annoy me as much as the stay away one. It's quite, I don't know. It's when you're ordering your drinks and some people order their own drinks, or people will do it in like a group thing. So they're like a round, basically. It's like a drink round. So it's your round and then it goes the other person's and the other person's, and going back to you. So like a drink round. So you basically, you pay for people's drinks, so you take it in turns. So I'll go up to the bar and order my friend's drinks and my drinks, for my round, or she'll pay for hers and I'll take money with me. And then you get people, I'm standing, there's like, because in nightclubs they have around, don't even bother trying making the queue at a bar in England because it doesn't work. People just push past you. And I try and get through. And then if there is a spot, like a space, I'll walk in it. Because I don't want to push past people and be like, oh, excuse me, mate. I'm not like that. But if I'm standing at the front and then I've got somebody pushing past me, be like, oh, I don't know what I'd do. To be honest, I'll be like, well, excuse me, I was here first. Can I order my drinks, please? I'm in the middle of ordering my drinks. Or you just totally ignore it because they're too drunk. And see, the thing with drunk people is you can't really talk to them properly because, one, they don't understand what you're saying because they're probably seeing 6 of you. And 2, they can't speak properly, so let alone they're going to speak to you. It's just, But I just think you should either avoid the situation, carry on with your order, or just tell them you were here first and you need to finish doing your order. I love nightclubs. Number 8. Yeah, number 8. Not getting every nightclub. So say me and my friends will order a taxi before we go for a night out because we don't want to do it at a club because we'll probably never end up getting any, But every nightclub or bar or pub I've ever been to, well, most 90% of them, never seem to have any service. Maybe it's just because of where I live, I don't know. But it's just, come on. It's ridiculous. I never get any service and I don't know why. Because when I'm trying to cancel a taxi, it took me the other day, because it was Halloween on Saturday. I went out with my friends drinking on Halloween, dressed up, blah, blah, blah. It took me 20 times. 20 attempts. I rang them 20 times for them to pick up. It rang, then went to voicemail, and then all of a sudden it said user busy. And 5 minutes later, it took me 20 attempts to try and phone this taxi company to say I wanted to cancel. It's just really annoying. Obviously I can't give you advice from reception because obviously you can't really, can you? You either have service or you don't. The thing is, you have to make sure you want to have the taxi, make sure that you've got the time, where they want to pick you up, and the name you're under. But reception is just ridiculous around my area, but I can't really help that. But I just started to rant and rave about that because I never seem to have any. And then in a nightclub you have to go and stand outside because you can't. When you say to people, I'm going out tonight clubbing, and then they ring you. Yeah, because I can really hear you in a nightclub. There's blaring music going on, like all the vibrations and all the nightclub music, people shouting, people dancing, people screaming, people singing, I'm really going to hear you. I'm not going to hear you. So I have to literally go outside and be like, oh, why can't I hear you, blah, blah, blah. Well, it's because I can't hear you. Yeah, because if I was I don't know, what's the, not rabbit, that's eyes. Yeah, but no, I can't hear you. Oh, do you know what, my hair today, I've done a new style today. You know, I've gone for the, it hasn't happened to me a lot, but it's probably happened once or twice. It's number 9. Sometimes there's a bathroom cleaner, like the cleaner. And they're trying to clean up after you. Yes, obviously, if it's, say, in the middle of the night, so say like 10 to like 1, then obviously I don't think the bathroom cleaner should come in there, because there's so many drunk girls in there being sick and doing God knows vomiting and I don't know, sitting on the sinks, which I used to do, but no. Actually, one thing that is good in nightclubs, I went to this nightclub, and people, like to tend to, how would you put it? They like to take drugs in nightclubs. I mean, I'm anti-drugs. I don't like any type of drug. I won't even touch it, to be honest. So I'm just saying I've never had a drug, never tried a drug, I won't even go near them. But I found a really good thing in this nightclub. I went to the bathroom, and all like the sides, where the toilet paper comes out and the sides of the sinks. It was all sticky. I was like, oh, what's this? And it was Vaseline. It's Vaseline it's like to stop you know, sniffing. You know, I'm not really going to say it, but I don't know. Yeah, so I think that's quite a good thing, to be honest. I think Vaseline on the sides of like toilet paper where the toilet paper is, and also where the sinks are, because it's very easy to do them. And Vaseline will like the drug will stick to it, and I think it's amazing. I think I've never heard of something more fantastic. Just thought I'd tell you about that one. But no, what was I going to tell you about? Yeah, the bathroom cleaner. I think, but after I think 2, when you in there sort of like, and it's the end of the night and the club's closing and they're trying to clean up after you and you're getting in the way, and then the bathroom absolutely stinks of your vomit and your poo and your... It's not very nice with the bathroom cleaner, so I think what you should, you know, take perfume, just spray the toilet, or, you know, have a mint. I mean, probably sometimes you can't help it because if you've been drinking. I mean, I've never been sick before, but if you've been drinking, you're going to vomit a lot. So I think out of respect, when the club closes and the cleaner's trying to clean up, she doesn't really want you to be in her face, you know, and you've just been sick. So I think you should, out of respect, you know, just spray a bit of perfume, you know. And I don't find it that offensive, to be honest, but it's happened to me once when guys start grinding on you. Now, I think it's happened a lot of times because I'm standing here like this, you know, dancing, you know, and then you've got this guy behind you going, whatever they do, you know, that, you know, that's funny because they're not actually touching you. It's just a joke, because if, like, they're not touching you, if they're like here and you're like here and they're doing this and they're not even touching you, so they can't really be accused of anything. But I think it's happened to me once, and I was in a club and I was getting grinded on, and my advice to you, I would literally just turn around and say in a nice way, please can you get off me, I don't want to dance with you. And you turn around, and then I would walk away from the situation and dance somewhere else where they can't find you, because knowingly they'll probably be really drunk where you are. So I'd walk away from the situation, I'd say, please can you stop dancing with me because I don't like it, and then I'd walk away and I'd dance somewhere else with my friends, or go to the bar, go to the toilet. So he's not really going to recognise you if he's drunk, is he? But no, that's my 10 things. If you have any advice for me on what the rules I've just given you, if you have any advice for me how to approach a guy better, then that'd be much appreciated. I love a bit of advice, because I always go out and be like, oh, can you give me advice about this, or give me advice about that. So I'd really love the advice. Actually, I do have one more. Number 11. I was in a nightclub the other night on Halloween, and you get guys who are very drunk, and it happened to me 3 times actually, and they just grab your bum. And in my reaction, I'm not going to tell you what my reaction was. It was very aggressive and it was very shouty. It was very in his face, and I'd advise not to do it because I know he was very drunk at his face, but he could have come up to me and he could have shouted me in the face and I could have had a fight with him. You know, my reaction wasn't great, but I would turn around and be like, can you please not touch me, please, don't find it very nice you're touching me, or don't touch what, as my nan says, don't touch what you can't afford. And then after that you just walk away from the situation. If he finds you again, if you notice him doing it again, then I would try and walk away from the situation and then try and get your friend, you know, over. But no, that's my advice to you. But if you do have any advice for me, that'll be fantastic, because I'm always looking for some advice from other people. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please subscribe to this channel because I haven't got many subscribers. I will be doing more videos like this about nightclubs and what I think girls couldn't live without it in 2015, and I'll be doing more advice videos, but I will be still doing my challenges. Can you give this video, if you want to, give this video a thumbs up for me, and I hope you enjoy this video, and I will see you guys next week. Bye!